If you have a name, do not speak it aloud. Names have power in this place. Not even I can protect you if you foolishly give out your name here. Call things by what they are, and people by what they do. Unfortunately for me, that means I'm best described as an Oathbreaker. Take it or leave it. I'm not sure what to call you, though. How strange that the sacred wisps dance around you. Ah, you wish to walk the path of a warlock of the mists. I'm not averse to filling the role of master, especially for an apprentice graced by sacred wisps. We shall see if you have the stomach for our unsavory work. Ah, you wish to walk the path of a warlock of the mists. I'm not averse to filling the role of master, especially for an apprentice graced by sacred wisps. We shall see if you have the stomach for our unsavory work. Ah, your ilk are my blessing and my bane. I have none of my own kind with which to converse, so you keep me sane. The vast lot of you end up as cultists for the king in the mists. I know I should poison any travellers I meet, but then who would I have tea with? When I am the dark power at the heart of this forest, I will impose my own ethics on the evil within. Travellers will be granted safe passage, so long as they do not tarry. Children, especially, will have nothing to fear. The dark affliction that plagues us will remain within the borders of the Wildwood. I believe I can enforce those rules, at least. The best answer all along was not to aspire to heroism, but to become more ethical masters of darkness ourselves. He is clever, I'll give him that. He's very motivated too, and quite ruthless. I find fault with his ethics, however. He has visited general misery upon the entire Wildwood, and thus made unnecessary enemies. I do not know his ultimate goal, only how he goes about it. And I intend to subvert his altars to my own ends. Allow me to describe the situation thus. A man comes upon an altar in the wild. He knows not who the altar serves, but he pays tribute to it nonetheless. It grants him a paltry gift, a trinket, nothing more. He imagines all the possibilities. He imagines wealth. Ever after, he seeks out more of these altars, and continually pays tribute to his unknown benefactor in the vain hope that his life will change. Thus it is with all religions. The man is a devout follower, though he knows it not. His faith fuels his own gradual doom. The nameless prowl about in the curse of darkness brought by the king in the mists. They crawled out to the endless void of nothingness from whence he came, though not necessarily alongside him. There have been others, like the Porcelain Queen, who I gather was no ally to the king in the mists. I was raised with the fable that the nameless served her, but she is gone, and now they seem quite mad with eternal grief. Consider this realm my laboratory. Here, I am able to investigate deeper mysteries from within. I am aware of the old world, and have undertaken 2 journeys there. I find your people strange and literal, and your land cold, exhausting, and miserable. I quite liked snow, however. We have frost and rime during our winter, but the wildwood hardly transforms the way your realm does under a heavy snow. Perhaps, when I replace the King in the Mists, I will bring the first real snow to this forest. That beauty may sway my people to see the pragmatism of my path. The border between the wildwood and the realm of the Nameless does not exist. That is not to say, however, that it cannot be reached. It is there, if you stretch the definition of the word there. You cannot walk a path to find it. To enter it is to cease to be. Even gazing upon it scalds mortal eyes, for we do not have the faculties to perceive that which is not. Everything you can possibly experience, be it good, evil, light, dark, birth, death, or anything else in the Driocht, all of it is part of our web of meaning. The realm of the Nameless is not the web. It cannot be. Yet, it is. This all sounds like nonsense, I'm sure, but it's the only way we can refer to things we cannot comprehend. In fact, the moment you do comprehend something from the realm of the Nameless, the moment you imagine it, understand it, name it, takes on meaning and becomes part of life's web. It ceases to not be. Quite literally, we can never truly understand nothingness, for if we did, it would no longer be nothing. I am no beast. I miss my people and the communion with my fellow Magi. For my views, I have been outcast for many seasons, enough that I barely remember them. I hold out hope that they continue to survive deeper in the wildwood, but neither hide nor hair of their presence has presented itself in a very long time. Here on the border, twixt our worlds, I have only travelers for company. My long toil has cost me dearly, but I know that my way is right, and I will accomplish what the Magi never could. There exists a sliver of power in all living things, by definition. We walk upon a web of meaning, spun with the silk of perception. That web shivers with every little shift in thought or idea. Beings like the King in the Mists and the Porcelain Queen are spiders that crawl the strands, seeking to ensnare us and drain us. The Driocht, however, mystify me. The Sisters Three, or the original goddess, whatever one might believe her to have been, she was selfless, humble. She gave her essence back to the living beings from whence it came, and then some. This act may have come with profound consequences that we still do not yet understand. There is a reason I study corpses, especially ancient ones. The oldest bones are fundamentally different, and I am determined to decipher their mysteries. Primal, vivid, wild, sacred. There are four humours that underlie the web of life. Each comprises a precious substance our natural world requires to function. Each is also produced by the natural world and by living beings. The cycle is self-sustaining, so long as balance is maintained. A warlock, such as myself, primarily works with that which we call wild, for it is unpredictable, but strong. A keen mind can harness wild humours, either despite their volatility or because of it. The most difficult lesson for an apprentice is usually the most basic. Life and death ooze from the same sap. A corpse becomes a haven for budding life, which grows, then is eaten, nurturing more life, which dies. A cycle beautiful in its simplicity, unpredictability, and reliability. You might equate wild humours with the blood of the body of nature. Primal humours flow from life's struggle for supremacy and change. When a creature's continuing line of progeny grows more suited to its habitat, or when the strong battle for dominance, you will find primal energies present. Vivid humours flow from the cooperation of living beings, whereas primal humours are derived from competition and change. Vivid humours arise when disparate creatures achieve harmony. Consider the Argolith, a small reptilian creature that rides the fur of an ape. It feeds from cast-offs and enjoys greater mobility, and in return picks off parasites and cleans the ape's fur. There it is. Vivid humours arise. Civilization itself is a rather heavy source of vivid energies, but we don't have much of that around here. I have yet to understand the full import of sacred humours. They are intimately connected somehow, the mind and the heart. What you think, what you believe, what you long for, at some level, it is a fluid, and it flows from you in measure equal to your passions. I have come to believe that, in some sense, the Dreocht is the flow of sacred secretions, or contains its will. The king in the mists harvests it with his deceitful altars. I dare say the secrets of the wild wood itself are synonymous with the true nature of sacred humours. We will uncover all in due time. Have you guessed what they are yet, apprentice? Few think upon their presence, upon their meaning. They are far more than pretty lights dancing in the darkness. The secret wisps chose you. They aid you. That alone should tell you something.